we got the smoker going again this morning, and now I'm going to start trying to get this out of my way so that I can get the next set of, the next rack set up. Which, having it all prefabbed, should make that a lot easier. Okay. Okay, so this is what I've been doing while bouncing back and forth with the smoker. I need to find another long piece and run another diagonal on it, because unfortunately it still wobbles more than I like. But I've got two verticals, got two diagonals at the moment, but I definitely need something longer, because this rack is actually a little bit longer than the other one, and it's got an additional set of legs on it, so that we have 3-foot bays or spacing, and then a 30-inch spacing for some of the smaller stuff. Which, in hindsight, I probably should have put that one on that end. Once I get it stabilized, I may have Seth come out here and give me a hand, and we may try and turn it around, because I'm not taking it apart to do that. But this is where we're at the moment. Like I said, I just need to find another long piece to run an additional vertical or diagonal. Try and give this a little bit more stability. And the reason that those verticals are ran on the inside is because this set and this set are a little bit more narrow than any of the rest going back, but the spacing on the inside is the same. So it creates a bit of an issue where the board would actually have to slide out. But I'm rambling at the moment, and I need to go check the smoker. Okay, all the wood that was stacked up where the rack is now on the rack. Not the best place for it, considering it hasn't been stained yet, but need the room to work. So it's on there right now, and the staining tends to happen in this area, so at least it'll all be right there. But they are up, stabilized, and currently have wood on them now. Still got to run the side railing like this one has, and once that's done, these will be done. But I figured I'd share where I was at.
Hello everybody. It is heading into the weekend here on Frederickstown Homestead. Mike got that wood rack finished up today. And as we head into the weekend, the kids are headed to Grandma's and Grandpa's for the weekend. So I will have time over the weekend to hopefully get to the laundry list of projects that I've been trying to get to this week. But with homeschool and just in general having kids, sometimes things just don't get got to. Especially projects like making sauerkraut and things that take up a lot of space when they're trying to do homeschool. It can get really crowded in the kitchen because that's the main workspace. It's the biggest space we have. They have a table set up for homeschool in the kitchen, but a lot of times it ends up being the dining room table where we eat and where I do all of my projects. I would really like to get more footage out there of what I do day to day, but there's really just everyday things. And I don't know how to make that interesting enough that I feel it is worthy of YouTube. Like yesterday I made the next round of kombucha, but that's literally just brewing tea on the stove and dumping it in with the SCOBY. So how do you make that YouTube worthy? If anybody out there has some good advice on how to just make the mundane everyday things YouTube worthy, let me know. Because I just feel like everybody does these things every day. We cook, we clean, we do dishes, we throw in an extra task here and there where we can squeeze it in, making pie, things like that. But it's just one of those, I don't know how to make it interesting. I don't think anybody wants to sit there and watch me start to make bread, stop, do math, do history, answer questions about science, get back to kneading the dough. It's just, I feel like my daily life is not interesting enough for YouTube. Where Mike has a new project all the time that he knows he can get to that day, I don't. I can't really make a plan for what I'm going to do this day or that day. I'm going to try and make a much bigger attempt in the coming weeks to get more footage of what I'm doing. I know this weekend I really need to get sauerkraut going, so we have sauerkraut for New Year's. And I have the cabbages to do it. I just have to get it done. Mr. Brown came home with some more apples this week that I need to get processed, or I need to go through all of them and figure out what is still good and what is going to be piggy food. And then we'll be able to figure out what I can do with what's left of the apples. I really want to get the kitchen cleaned up really, really well, because that's really hard to do when there's a lot of people home all day, every day. Because no matter what, as soon as the sink is empty, there's new dishes in it. I'd like to get the freezers emptied out and reorganized again, because things are getting just tossed on top and then you can't get to the things on bottom. So I need to do that. I have a whole list of things that I really want to get done that are just easier to do with less people around. So that's where we are at. I'm going to close this video out for the evening, and I will check in with you guys in the morning. Have a good one.